The legendary billionaire Richard Branson won the race to space in July of 2021 by getting his spaceship to the edge of space just 9 days before Jeff Bezos. Through trials, tribulations, and a massive crash that resulted in a fatality, Richard Branson is now the first billionaire to ever make it to space. He lives a life that consisted of signing top music acts to his record label, creating his own airline, owning his own island, and now being an astronaut on his own spaceship. Let's check out how Richard actually won the billionaire race to space and what led to his huge success. Before we dive in, make sure you don't miss our next video and subscribe with the button down below. Personal life. Sir Richard Charles Nicholas Branson, better known as Richard Branson, was born in Blackheath, London on July 18, 1950. As a child, he struggled in school due to dyslexia. He was told by a headmaster that he would either end up in prison or as a millionaire, and luckily, the latter came true. Richard has a net worth of $5.7 billion and is one of the richest people in the entire world. He was officially knighted at Buckingham Palace for all of his achievements in business, and he's a regular on the Time 100 Most Influential People in the World list. He's married to his second wife Joan, and they have 2 kids, Holly and Sam. Virgin Records. Richard Branson launched Virgin Records in 1972 with the money he earned with his record store. Nick Powell partnered with him to launch the music label. Virgin Records quickly became the world's largest independent record label, housing bands like the Sex Pistols, the Rolling Stones, and many others. Virgin Airlines. The entire idea of Virgin Airlines began in the 80s when he was left stranded in an airport after a holiday trip. His flight was canceled by American Airlines, and he had no way to get back home. Desperate for a solution, Branson decided to take matters into his own hands and chartered a plane. He then walked around the airport with a borrowed blackboard advertising $39 flights back home via Virgin Airlines. The plane was filled with other passengers who had been stranded, and the very next day, Branson was shopping for Boeing planes. Virgin Atlantic was officially launched in 1984 and has been one of Branson's most prized possessions ever since. He loves it so much that in 2007 he was ordained as a minister so that he could marry passengers on board to aid in marketing. Hot air balloon escapades. Aside from his airline, Richard Branson wanted to be up in the skies, no matter what it took. He was also very interested in hot air balloon travel and broke a world record in 1991 by crossing the Pacific from Japan to Canada, a distance of 6,700 miles, going 145 miles per hour. A few years later, he attempted to break another world record by circumnavigating the entire globe by hot air balloon, but despite 3 years of effort, this attempt was unsuccessful. Richard Branson's way to space. Though his airline company and hot air balloon adventures filled a few of his desires, Richard Branson still wanted more. In September of 2004, he launched a company called Virgin Galactic, which would license space technology behind Spaceship One and take passengers into space for a fee. Richard hopes to make this possible for a price of $200,000, but of course, he's not the only one. Branson has been racing Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos to space since the beginning of his journey. While Branson was the first billionaire to put an astronaut into space in 2018, Bezos was the first to create his very own spaceship, the Blue Origin, in 2000. Elon Musk has also been in the running, receiving a huge NASA lunar contract in hopes to get to the moon. The race to space by these 3 billionaires has been a close call every single step of the way. On July 11, 2021, it finally ended with Richard Branson as the winner. Just 9 days before Bezos' trip to the edge of space, Branson launched the VSS Unity, thus coming in first and winning the Billionaire Space Race. VSS Enterprise Accident. Unfortunately, Branson's triumph did not come without prior failure. On October 31, 2014, the VSS Enterprise was conducting a test flight. It was the first test flight in 9 months, and the spaceship was to be dropped from the carrier aircraft that took off from the Mojave Air and Spaceport in California. It dropped and the engine fired, but a mere 11 seconds later it broke apart into pieces. The result was the first in-flight fatality on a spaceship since 2003, when the Columbia Space Shuttle tragedy took place. The unique thing, however, is that only one of 2 pilots was killed. Michael Alsbury, unfortunately, did not make it out of the Enterprise alive, but co-pilot Peter Siebold parachuted from 50,000 feet and made it out in critical condition. This marked the first ever time that someone has lived through a spaceship crash that others died in. Okay, I admit it, that does not sound very nice. But after all, you know about the recent successes in private space travel. Do you plan on going to space anytime soon? Or do you like your feet better standing on solid ground? Let us know in the comments below. If you liked this video, make sure to hit the like button and check out our next video. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in our next video.